Hello, hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking all things wedding. If I planned this out correctly, which I'm almost 100% sure I have, then as I am putting this up on the internet, today is Mario and I's third wedding anniversary. Whoa. Mario and I got married 3 years ago today on September 3rd, 2022, and it was by far, until the birth of our child, the best day of our lives. And the thing about it is that I was vlogging a little bit in the lead up to the wedding. So if you were watching the channel back in 2022, I was doing weekly vlogs. I was still working at Legendary, and I was kind of planning my wedding and working a lot, and I was vlogging all of that. So some of the wedding planning stuff may ring a bell, but I know I've gained an enormous amount of viewers since then. So I thought I would take a second and talk about our wedding. Oh yeah, I probably should mention that I am sick right now. So if my voice sounds off or weird or stuffy, or I'm sneezing or coughing a lot, it's because the whole family is homesick right now. Also, there's children playing right outside our window. So if you hear kids screaming, it's actually not my own child, it is the neighborhood children. But yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about how it was planning our wedding. I am really proud of all the work. We didn't have a wedding planner or coordinator or anything like that. I planned the entire wedding myself. We ended up getting married in New Hampshire, so I planned the entire wedding myself, long distance, on a budget. The whole day came together so wonderfully. It was like literally out of my dreams, and I just feel like I didn't get to talk about it enough at that time, and so I would like to take this anniversary opportunity to show off some footage. By the way, I have a video on this channel that is like basically our wedding video that I like send to friends and family and stuff. So if you want to watch it, you can, but I'm sure I'll put clips here and stuff. But I think that my mindset around this wedding and wedding planning helped enormously. I'm very, very thrilled. I would not take back a single second of our wedding for anything in my life. It is truly like one of the greatest memories of all time. And I'm also very glad that we allocated money for a videographer, because having those memories like recorded is so unbelievably precious to me. But I didn't really give a fuck if we had this wedding in the first place. I truly, this is gonna sound a little cliche, but I promise you it's true and it's so important. I just really, really wanted to be married. I really, really wanted to marry Mario. Our fucking wedding hashtag was Rachel Gets Married. Mario and I had been together when we got engaged for 6 years, and by the time we got married, we'd been together for 7 years. I knew after like 1 week of dating him that he was the love of my life. So for me, this is just kind of like a long time coming. I just really, really, really wanted to call that man my husband. Like, that's all I cared about, which was really helpful because so many things had to come together and slot together and work out nicely, and the vendors had to come down, and all this work that I had genuinely done had to come together perfectly on the day, and there was a lot that could go wrong. It could rain, it could, you know, someone could not show up, someone could throw a drink at me, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I thought, wow, I actually wouldn't give a fuck if any of that happened, because I'm still gonna marry this man at the end of this day, no matter what. Like, as long as that one thing gets handled, anything else could go wrong, and today would be a wild success in my mind. Actually, I had that thought so many times that I can't believe something didn't go wrong, because I was so ready for it to just be like, okay, whatever, and move on. But nothing went wrong. We ended up being really good, which is like another thing, which is I think sometimes people get too anxious about perfect moments, and then it ruins the moment itself. Because I wasn't necessarily, and this is unusual for me, but I wasn't that anxious about having a perfect moment. I was more just like, let's go, let me marry this guy. I mean, fuck, I've waited so long, I'm ready. I felt like I was really in the moment because I was just excited and happy to be there. And the fact that everything did end up working out perfectly was just kind of icing on the cake. Icing on the wedding cake. I think I'm gonna end this video with just telling you some of my favorite moments from my wedding, because I can. Probably the most special thing, besides, we did decide to write our own vows. Mario and I love attention. We love to talk in front of people, so kind of a no-brainer that we would be writing and performing basically our own vows. Mario's vows were so good. Sometimes I will just go to our wedding video and listen to them because they're so beautiful and romantic and poetic, and so that's definitely one of my favorite things.
Rachel, or as you have also been known during the course of our relationship, Ratchet, Dolphin, Potato, Jelly Bean, Sweet Cheese, Or as you are simply put into my phone, the girl with the nice butt.
Oh my god.
I've never had to make a vow up to this point in my life. So upon doing it for the first time, I thought it would be wise to consult with one of the most learned scholars on the matter. Webster's dictionary defines vow as see promise, so that didn't help. Culturally, vows are most often described as solemn and are understood to be sacrifices. There are vows of silence, poverty, chastity, none of which I'm interested in. But if we take a closer look at one, say the vow of silence, when you make that vow, it's not as if you instantly lose the ability to speak. While that might make the initial sacrifice pretty significant, it would make maintaining the vow very easy. No, the person who takes a vow of silence has the opportunity to speak every day, from the moment they wake until they sleep, but they choose not to. Every day, every hour, every minute, they hold their tongue. So ultimately, at its core, a vow is a choice. It's choosing the same thing, or in this case, the same person, every minute of every hour of every day, evermore. So with that in mind, here are my vows to you. I vow to always get you the biggest glass of water I can find, unless that they're cat on me, in which case you're on your own. I vow to give the gluten-free option a try, and to lie to you when you ask if I could taste the difference. I vow to put you in a movie of mine one day, as a featured extra. I vow to hold you in our bed when you're anxious, to dance with you under the stars when you're happy, to be patient and understanding when you're angry, and to kiss you softly and secretly when your love swells and the world around us falls away. Rachel, you are the ground beneath my feet and the air that I breathe, the blood that pumps in my veins and the dreams that play in my mind. I could never in 100 lifetimes have enough of you, and so most of all, I vow to cherish this one that I'm blessed to have now. I told you already when I proposed, but it bears repeating. I love you not just because you're good for me, but because you're good to me. F. Scott Fitzgerald wrote, "First one gives off his best picture, the bright and finished product mended with bluff and falsehood and humor. Then more details are required, and one paints a second portrait and a third. Before long, the best lines cancel out, and the secret is exposed at last. The pains of the pictures have intermingled and given us away. You have by now seen through all of my best attempts at self-portraiture. All of my blemishes and mistakes have been laid bare to you. And still I find you standing here in front of me, ready and willing to take me with all my warts as your partner for life. And so I find myself to be as lucky a man as there ever was, to have the love of a good woman who knows me better than anyone ever has. As I come to the end of my vows, I find myself highly cognizant of that word, end. Sorry. In philosophy,
Oh my god.
Aristotle used the ancient Greek word for end, telos, to describe the ultimate intrinsic reason for something's existence. But it wasn't so much about destiny as cause. It is that for which sake anything is done. It is really both beginning and end. Rachel, you are my telos, my reason for being, and the beginning and end of all that I say and do. And at the end of it all, at the end of our times, I choose to be there with you."
Hey, that's done.
Another thing that Mario surprised me with on the day was that he composed and recorded the song that I walked down the aisle to, which I did not hear until I was walking down the aisle. So that was like incredible. Like, my husband is so wonderful and talented, and these are things that I already knew, but to have them be like little special surprises felt like very us. We also did like silly things like when we finished getting married and we walked back down the aisle, we walked down to Uptown Girl by Billy Joel. Obviously our song, our first dance song is Vienna by Billy Joel. Also when we walked into our reception, the Star Wars theme was playing. Mario and I have I Love You and I Know inscripted on our wedding rings, and he also had his suit custom made, and he had I Know in his, like, what do you call that on the back of your neck? Is that really?
The collar.
The collar. Okay, on the collar, inscribed on the collar. I also had Lupe, my nail artist. She did my nails for the wedding, and we came up with this like crazy idea of like pearl French manicure, which was like a huge hit. Let's see, other amazing. What's your favorite moment from our wedding, babe?
I think probably just watching you walk down the aisle.
Oh, baby. Mario was a nervous wreck, by the way. For how few nerves that I had, Mario was fucking shitting himself. When we had our first look, Mario was like shitting his brains out. And I was like, hey, how are you doing? And he was like, I'm okay. And I was like, oh, have you been okay? And he's like, no. I have that on video somewhere.
Hi, babe.
Hi, I know it was so.
You look incredible.
You
baby.
look so handsome. I love you.
I love you so much. Oh, it's
Look at this,
been torture
shirt.
without you. Yeah. You know, little 3-piece. How you feeling?
You know, we're getting fucking married, so I feel good.
Oh my gosh, honey.
Yeah, you like it?
I do.
Yeah.
What's? Oh God, I'm just so happy I can actually finally see you again.
Yeah, have you been okay?
No.
Oh, another cute moment was that at some point during the reception, it was like in this little inn, and so there was like an open stairwell that looked down onto the like dance floor, and so Mario and I like nipped off to the stairwell at some point, and we just were able to like look down at the wedding and like have this moment of like, this is our day, this is our moment, this is our wedding, like this is really happening after all of these years, and like it's been amazing, everything has gone perfect, and we're so happy, and like having that moment, just the two of us, which we were standing there for a while, and then all of a sudden we turned around and there was a videographer behind us, so that also got captured, which was really nice. Also, we ended up making really good friends with our videographer, still chat with them occasionally on Instagram, which was very helpful because they stayed way later than they were supposed to without any extra charge, because they just kind of were vibing. And that's another thing, is like, humanize your vendors and like take good care of them, feed them well, tip them well, because usually if they're having a good time, they'll do extra stuff for you. Yeah, what's up, babe?
I was gonna say our DJ loved us.
Oh, our DJ fucking loved us. Oh my God, he was amazing. It was just a dream. I don't know, it was amazing. So I just thought I would take this little sit down and chat video this week to tell you all about it. And thank you guys so much for watching. I feel like I made it through this whole thing without having a coughing fit, which is a miracle, but I'm also hopped up on a lot of fucking Dayquil right now, so maybe it's that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you oh so much, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye.